see and hear us now.
Oh, dang. I was hoping they could see and hear us when I said that last thing.
No.
That's fine. That's fine. That's good.
It's probably
What did
for
you
the
say? I
best
didn't
that
hear
you
you.
didn't.
It's okay. No, I'm not issuing a challenge to anybody.
Oh, man. Oh, let's see. All right.
What's everybody sipping on tonight?
I didn't bring the can. Oh, I did bring the can with me. I'm having a Monument Brewing Coffee with Friends Vanilla Latte Milk Stout, and it's delightful.
Wow. That sounds delightful. I'm
Yeah.
not in the mood for stout at all. What's
I'm
that?
sorry, Coffee Among Friends, not Coffee with Friends.
I mean, among with they're
Okay.
synonyms.
Yeah. You?
What you got, David?
I'm enjoying another Sprecher's root beer. Taking an evening off from alcohol.
I have a Schilling hard cider. It's a guava lemonade cider.
It sounds pretty good.
Damn refreshing. It's called Big Zesty. And yeah, it's good. I had their apple cider last week. They had an Imperial apple that was 9.6.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was pretty tasty. Very highly effective.
9.6. At a certain point, it's like it's really just a wine.
Exactly. It's a malted apple wine. But yeah, yummy. And yeah, highly effective.
Jesse.
Oh, water.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
What the? Okay, found my trivia.
All right. David, are you ready to start the show?
Yes.
Jesse, are you ready to start the show?
Yes.
John, are you ready to start the show?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy John Harrington here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune is in the house for episode 297. And man, oh man, what a show we've got coming for you tonight. If you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, what we're going to do is listen to some video game tunes. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games with the songs and a little bit of trivia. We are going to goof off and have a lot of fun. And the winner at the end of the night picks the theme for our next episode and plays some bonus tunes. And the winner last week was David. David and I have been kind of trading off wins back and forth. And David got the win last week. And David was in a certain mood for this week's theme. So, David, tell us what we've got this week.
I was in a very angry mood, so the theme for this week is games with punching.
Yes, straight and to the point. You know, straightforward, or maybe a bit of a left or a right hook of a theme. You know, punching games. I'm into it. I'm kind of feeling you on this theme, David. There's something that feels real good about punching things, especially
I concur.
You know, video games. You know, kind of a good outlet for the punching tendency. Yeah, I guess if you had a punching bag at home, it would also be a good outlet. Or if you know, you were just hanging out listening to some Limp Bizkit and somebody looked at you wrong. Yeah, you just you find your outlets. But really a healthy outlet for the punching tendency, punching video games. It's a wide I don't want to say wide variety of games possible on tonight's show, because I'm going to guess that a lot of us chose a beat 'em up or a fighting game, but I'm intrigued because, Johnny always likes to try and find a way to, fuck this up. I'm intrigued to see if anybody was able to get maybe a non-violent punching game or a game that uses, the verb punch.
Punch it, Chewy.
And like exactly, oh man, punch the gas, yeah. Or maybe a game with like time cards. You got to punch your card.
You know, I didn't look into licensed games, and I swear to God, if Johnny brought a Hawaiian Punch video game, I'm gonna be so mad.
He did make that joke last week. He said, maybe it would be a Kool-Aid Man game, and I'm like, I was too drunk to understand quite exactly what he's driving at. But yes, a Hawaiian Punch themed video game featuring any sort of fruit cocktail drink would be, I guess, eligible for tonight's show.
Okay, so a running theme I've had on every single game I've ever brought to Game That Tune is there's at least one hidden fruit punch cocktail somewhere in the game. And I can't believe you guys have not caught on to that after 296 episodes.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I think it checks out. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Good one, Johnny.
I'll have to go back and review the episodes, but yeah, I guess that's possible. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a great theme. It's 'tis the season to be throwing some punches. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We got 5 fantastic games. We've got a great fan request. We want to hear from our fans. Johnny's going to send out, of course, the Game That Tune hotline phone number in Discord. I believe we don't have any voicemails to start the show, but we want to get some voicemails by the end of the show. So we want to hear from you. We want the Game That Tune fan final thought by the end of the show. Call us, and it really doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just call and say, hey, if you want to hear your voice on our show.
Tell us something that you want to punch.
Exactly. It really doesn't have to. Don't overthink it. Just call in. We love you and we want to hear from you. Johnny's going to start the show now. Let's have it, Johnny.
Game 1.
right, so this is the first and to date only fighting game by this developer to feature more playable female characters than male characters. All right, so John looks very, very distraught, as though a bird just flew by.
Oh, goddamn firework just went off. It's the 6th of July, people. Come on, man.
Jeez.
My dog just ran away scared.
Well, maybe they're
doggy.
celebrating a potential hat trick. Let's see, though.
Huh.
What's everybody's answers?
Fuck that.
So, Jesse says Tekken 64. I wish that was real. John Regan says, hello, ladies. And John Harrington has SNK girls. Sadly, this is a hat trick of incorrect answers. This is the beloved classic Super Gem Fighter mini mix.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
This is not Puzzle Fighter. This is the actual fighting game that uses the super small chibi sprites. And this is a really fun little game. And one thing that I really like about it is the character selection, because it is a diverse cast, not just male and female, but also where those characters come from. And that's going to lead us into our lightning round.
Oh!
Lightning round!
Just like
So,
that.
Just like that.
Just like
I'm shocked.
This game. Oh,
What
so
about
this?
the sound?
So this game features 12 playable characters, 8 of them from the Street Fighter series, 3 of them from the Darkstalkers series, and 1 from Red Earth. So we're going to do a lightning round. We're going to go through and y'all are going to have to name the 12 characters. And to make it super interesting, this is a single elimination lightning round. So you get one wrong, you're out.
Hell yeah.
So we are starting with John Regan. Name a character in this game.
Felicia.
That is correct.
My
Jesse.
man.
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li is in this game.
My man.
John?
I feel like it's fucked up that you make me go third. Morrigan.
Morrigan is in this game.
My man.
All right, Johnny.
Ryu.
Ryu is in this game.
My man. Thinking John.
Jesse?
Ken.
Ken is in this game.
My man. That's a waste of a spot.
All right, John?
Did we say Chun-Li?
We did say Chun-Li.
Okay, then Hishinko.
Hishenko is in this game.
My man.
Who is that?
The Chang-Chi from Darkstalkers. She was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I see. Okay, yeah.
She's great.
All right, Johnny,
Oh boy.
name a character. For the record, all 3 Darkstalkers characters have been used.
Okay. Zangief.
Zangief is in this game.
My man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Good.
Jesse?
Guile.
I'm sorry, Jesse. Guile is not in this game.
Oh, you that son of a bitch!
Oh, a little bit of the
Bitch.
What?
um,
It was worth it.
John.
Oh, sorry, I've recovered from a bit of the bitch.
Fuck, I remember who I was gonna say.
Akuma?
Akuma is in this game.
My man.
But not Guile.
So we're down
Got all
to
those Shotos, baby.
4 characters. Johnny, can you name one of them?
Cammy.
Cammy is not in this game.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of the
Bitch.
Now, John, to take it all home, can you name one of the 4 characters in this game left in this game?
So it's
Just a reminder, there are
characters and the thing from Red Earth that I absolutely can't possibly guess.
3 Street Fighter characters and 1 from beloved arcade classic Red Earth.
I think there were only 3 playable characters in Red Earth anyway, so you got 1 in 3
I
chance.
think there's 4.
One
4
of the three-
maybe.
I don't know the names of the characters from Red Earth. I'm not even remembering.
There's a vague description work.
Street
You know,
Fighter characters.
The guy with the thing.
Okay. It's all or nothing. It's a chibi silly fighter, and it's got to be Dan.
Dan Hibiki is in this game.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Of course.
So the other characters are Tessa from Red Earth, Sakura from Street Fighter Alpha, and
Oh, yeah.
Ibuki from Street Fighter 3.
Oh man, why didn't I say Sakura? That's a much better pick than Dan. But whatever. Of course, the women. Ibuki too. She's a great inclusion. I love that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that I was pleasantly surprised that Ibuki was in instead of Cammy. Like, I kind of figured Cammy would get in, but I like the Street Fighter 3 representation.
I like
it's
that.
cool.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of like original Street Fighter 2 representation. I honestly could have done without Ken and Akuma, and done with like some Guile or Blanca or something. But hey, whatever. I'm not.
Ooh, a Chibi Blanca would be cute.
Chibi Blanca would be fantastic.
I am perfectly fine with Akuma in this game because this game is silly and ridiculous, and that includes Akuma.
Yeah.
So this game kind of reminds me a little bit of Smash Brothers in the sense that it seems like it's a very simple game, but it's actually very complex. Like, it's very easy to pick up and play, but there's a lot of hidden depth in it. There are 4 buttons. You've got punch, kick, grab, and special.
Love it.
So you can still do your special moves with like quarter circle forward and punch or whatever. But all of your combos, it's basically every character has a 4-hit combo, and it's punch, 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 kick, kick, etc., etc. And every time that you do one of those combos, for some reason, you change outfits and do silly things. Like, for example, Morrigan starts with a punch, and then she'll turn into a nurse who stabs you with a giant syringe and then runs into you with a wheelchair. She also has a move combo where she turns into a sexy maid and like bashes you on the head with a frying pan. It's a very silly game. And that's why I'm glad Akuma is in it, because one of his combos ends with him getting like a very traditional like Japanese clothing style, and he like smacks you with a giant log. But then he also will turn into an Olympic swimmer with like goggles and a Speedo, and he like jumps onto you and then dives into water. Like, it's very ridiculous.
That's rad. That's fantastic.
So
you said that only happens when you like complete certain combos. It's not like every single move does something like that.
Right. You can still do like a normal raging demon as Chibi Akuma, but then you can also turn into a swimmer.
Okay. Yeah. Love that.
So when you say that one character runs into you in a with a wheelchair, do you mean that they run at you like rolling a wheelchair in front of them, or do they get into a wheelchair and then haul ass and
Hop in the
slam at you?
wheelchair and plow through you.
No, they're pushing the wheelchair.
Okay, good. Because the other one would be terrible.
Yeah, you also have dashing attacks. And I love that Felicia's dashing attack, she puts on the Mega Man outfit and does the Mega Man 3 slide kick.
That's real cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, this game is super fun and charming. And like I said, it's very simple controls, but as you beat people up, you collect gems, and your gems will power up your 3 special moves. So if you do like a normal Hadouken as Ryu, it's just like a tiny little piddling Hadouken. But if you collect enough red gems, you can get a level 3, and it's much bigger and will hit like multiple times. So
Oh wow.
every character has 3 special moves. You don't really need to remember them because you have a gauge on the bottom of the screen that shows you the different colors that power up each move, and it will show you the button command for that move. So
Oh, that's nice.
it's like you have a move list on the screen right there. But you also have like your standard supers, and it's a normal fighting game. It's just very cute and very, very wacky.
So how many characters would you say in this game have a punch attack?
It's an important thing to note.
I believe all of them. However, I will have to go back and look at Tessa because she might just cast magic at you. She might not actually punch you. And now that I'm thinking about it, I would have to question Felicia because is a scratch considered a punch?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
scratch attacks are, close to like the palm strike category. I don't think they're really punches.
Okay, so at minimum, 10 out of 12 characters punch in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in no way trying to disqualify this because that would be ridiculous.
How
But
so?
I was just curious. That's the word. Curious as to how many of the characters. That way we could see how much punch is in this pack, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yes. Do you get a lot of punch bang for your punch buck?
Yeah. And
You
it
do.
sounds like this is very punchy. Lots of punches.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a very punchy game.
I like it. I'm looking at the sprites for Akuma now. I had to see that. And yes, Akuma in the Speedo and like swimmer's goggles, like stretching out is fucking hilarious. I had no idea this happened. I love it.
Well, it's so weird too because like a lot of his combos put him in like traditional Japanese attire and all that. Like, yeah, I can see Akuma rocking that vibe, and then he just dives into you in a Speedo. Like, no, where the fuck did that come from?
Mhm. And construction worker Akuma with a hammer and a giant board is also very good. So
I also love
things I
Zangief.
didn't know I needed.
Zangief, I think it's his straight punch combo. It's called like History of Evolution because he punches you, and then as he continues to punch you, he turns into like a giant ape, and then like a caveman, and then like a guy in a loincloth and like with a big club wheeling over you. So this is a very silly game. He also has a kick combo where he squats and does the Russian dance, kicking you like across the screen.
Love it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
surprised
very
that is only in Puzzle Fighter. I'm sorry, Pocket Fighter. I am surprised that Zangief has not had the Russian dance combo added to his repertoire by now in regular Street Fighter. Like that should be a thing. I guess Jack and Tekken does it, but I still think Zangief should do it.
I think my 2 favorite costume swaps are when Felicia turns into Mega Man, and then Chun-Li will also turn into Jill Valentine and bust out a rocket launcher.
Okay, Jesus, they're just having too much fun.
Like I'm telling you, this game's fucking great.
Jeez, no, I didn't know about any of this. I must have gotten it conflated with like Puzzle Fighter or some shit. I didn't realize they made the actual Chibi Capcom crossover fighting game. This is fucking delightful.
It was released, I believe, on Saturn and PS1, but
Okay.
the arcade version has come out in the Capcom Fighting Collection. I highly recommend getting it just to experience it. Because like I said, it's a surprisingly deep fighting game that's also ridiculously charming and adorable.
Mm-hmm. I no longer feel bad. I can't feel bad for not knowing anything that's on the Saturn. I simply won't feel that guilt anymore. Let's be real, people. It didn't happen. It didn't exist. That console didn't exist.
Hashtag Saturn guilt.
Yes, no more. Man, David, what a fucking pick! What a start! Great pick. I love it. I want to go find all these sprites and make radio gifs out of them. These are just too adorable, man. So I'm glad to know about this.
I'm trying to see if I can find the Chun-Li Jill Valentine one.
That's okay. You can
It's
post
so good.
We can post it in chat as we move on to our next game. Am I right, David?
Yes, we can.
Game 2.
right. So when this game came out in Japan, it topped the Japanese sales charts, but mainly because people wanted a demo for a certain game that came with it. It was the 8th best-selling video game of 1996 in Japan. All right, let's see what kind of punchy answers you got. And the game in question, the demo was Final Fantasy VII. So people were really excited to play that demo.
Oh, well, that you spoiled the answer that I had.
Okay. Let's see. So John said Rayforce. That's incorrect. David, Final Fantasy VII demo disc. Kind of correct. And Johnny with the correct answer, Tobal #1. Told you guys my game was #1. And this is Tobal #1. You guys
Really?
ever
Really upset that I didn't heed that hint better.
you guys ever play Tobal #1?
I will be honest, I have never heard of this game.
Whoa! I've at least heard of it.
So
Never
this is a fighting game by Squaresoft. Akira Toriyama did the art, so I'm sold.
Maybe you've heard of him.
Wait. This is a Square Enix fighting game?
Yes, well, Squaresoft before
Squaresoft,
yeah.
Okay, I'm interested on that alone.
Yeah, and it's so like all the characters look like Dragon Quest characters or Dragon Ball characters, whichever way you swing. And there's some weird character. Like one of the characters is like this big blue guy with like a white kind of chicken suit, and so he looks kind of like a weird chicken. It's got a real weird quest mode, which like this game needs to be remastered because the quest mode is a really cool idea, but playing on an old PlayStation with tank controls is fucking hell. But like it plays kind of like I would say like a Virtua Fighter type fighting game. Like you got a light attack, medium attack, high attack. You got like a block and a jump button, which that's kind of weird in a fighting game because typically you have block is just back, you know. But they also modify your attack. So like if you like press like block and attack, you do different attacks. And so it's actually pretty fun. It looks kind of crisp. Like even though there's no textures on the models or anything, like it looks okay. Like it runs pretty smoothly. There is the second boss in the game is this big blue guy with yellow gloves and looks like a tie or a net or like a cape. Who I guess David says he shares similarities with Ganon, and he is not incorrect because he does have a pig nose, and his name is Nork.
Yeah, I was looking
And-
up screenshots, and all of a sudden there's a screenshot of a guy fighting a giant blue pig man with a red cape. It's like, why is Ganon in this game?
And I just noticed the dude fighting him. His name is Gren, and he wears green. When I started playing it, I was like, this guy looks kind of like Link. So it looks like Link fighting Ganon, and that's wonderful.
They were way ahead of Nintendo on this.
Now that particular boss is a pain in the ass because he's so much bigger, and he can just like, if he wanted to, he could just walk and push you across into the ring out area, and it's really just very annoying. And most of the time he does that. But then when he does want to fight, he has really long reach with his punches, and he will fuck your day up. So he's pretty challenging. But it's a pretty cool game. I think I know they made a sequel, which I haven't played that yet. But it runs. It's fun game. Looks cool.
When you were describing it, it was ringing bells. Is this from the same guys that did Erdegeist?
I'm not sure. It's Dream Factory. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Because it sounded like you were describing Erdegeist, which was, like Final Fantasy fighting, but with also like a dungeon crawling quest mode.
Yeah, they did make our guys.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. They, 3 games on the PlayStation 1: Toe Ball number 1, Toe Ball 2, and Erdegeist.
Yeah. They did the bouncer. Hell yeah.
Okay, so these guys are fantastic.
They know how to make games involving punching.
Honestly,
Yes.
I was already impressed when they put out a game called Number 1 and they managed to get a Number 2 out. Like,
Yeah,
so often.
that's balls.
Yeah, that's ballsy. And you know
That's
what?
the opposite of Final Fantasy. This is our last game. And Tobal's like, this is our first game.
Yeah. First of many. You're going to love these toe balls.
Oh!
Oh, but yeah, man, what happened to this guy? Did these guys just get absorbed by Squaresoft or something? They haven't really made anything in a while. I was seeing they made a Battle Arena Toshinden game for Wii, and I don't think they have anything since then.
That's what happened.
Is that what happened? Hey, we're bringing back Toshinden on the Wii. You guys have been reassigned. You no longer.
Wait, this is just out back in the alley.
So,
All right, your division's dissolved.
Yeah.
Pack up, go home.
Uematsu just slaps them all in the face and sends them home. Uematsu runs Squaresoft.
He's the representative of Square.
Shows up in the Kefka outfit, sees them all out the door.
I poisoned your water. Oh no.
Yeah, they should remake this, man. I'm sure there's nothing complicated about
Because the quest
licensing these
mode,
characters for a remake. Getting Toriyama on board. I'm sure he would be down for this, right?
like beside like when you're not like adventuring in the dungeon, because what it is, it's like it turns into a third person like beat 'em up kind of dealy, and so you're walking through the dungeon, and so you're walking slowly because when you just go left to right in a fighting game, you just kind of shuffle along. So that's the speed you get to go unless you do the quick up dash.
Ooh, man.
So you got to either dash, and it's not that responsive to do that dash. And then they're like, oh, and you got to jump over holes and stuff too, which is even more of a just pain in the ass with got to do the dash and then the jump. Like, it's just a lot to do very simple tasks. But then you'll find a room with like a giant rat in it, and you get a fucking fist fight this giant rat. And now that part is really cool. If you could just have a bunch of rooms where you're fighting weird shit, because like it's not the characters you're fighting like it's just weird monster enemies that they threw in here. Like,
I like the idea that
cool.
I like the idea that this kind of shows you what a Final Fantasy Dragon Quest RPG would be like in real life. It's not just like selecting attacks or commands. Like, no, you walk into a cave, there's a giant rat, and you just start punching the shit out of it.
You have to beat that fucking thing to death.
Yeah, I was playing as Mary. She's like the big wrestler lady, and I just went into a room and like did a brain buster to a giant rat, and I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, I think I'm getting up.
1, 2, 3. But
man.
then there's like traps and stuff, and so like since the controls for moving when you're not fighting are just dog shit. Like the traps will get you. Like there's like areas where these boulders are just rolling around in the cave, and you're like trying your best to run, and you can't because you got to do that double dash, and then you can't. It's very frustrating. It's just if you could just get to the fighting, like it's a cool idea. Like I would love this implemented in something with better movement controls.
I feel like a lot of games try to do the like quest mode, fighting games particularly, and it seldom ends up being like a thing worth playing. I'm thinking of like your Tekken Force and what have you. You know, like it just I don't know, like. When you stray too far from the actual fighting game mechanics, you end up with a mode that's confusing to play for a different reason. But if you stick with trying to use your fighting game mechanics in the quest mode, you usually end up with a really shitty side game to play. You know, Subspace Emissary is the game that got it the most right. Like,
and even that's kind of like
it's a little shaky.
Or maybe like the Yakuza games. They seem to do that pretty good, where you're running around and then all of a sudden you get into a random battle and it turns into like a 3D beat 'em up kind of thing. And so you got, you know, environmental stuff. Like the new Turtles game has a lot of like fighting game stuff, like has a wake up attack and a dive kick and stuff. And so they like add a little bit more like fighting game minutia into the beat 'em up, which I think they like, you know, Final Fight. Just put that. I think early stuff from Street Fighter 6, they say there's going to be like an adventure mode or something.
There, you're right.
So maybe that could be our new Toe Ball quest mode. We'll see.
Yep. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. Fucking Street Fighter really just wanted to be Toe Ball this whole time.
Yeah.
You know, last thing that I think I want to talk about on this, Jesse, Murderer's Row of composers working on this game. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article, and the music has a fucking squad, a god squad, if you will, a 1992 dream team, a 1996 dream team of Square Enix composers working on this game. Man, they got everybody. Yeah. I almost felt like, again, if we had thought about it, we would have done another lightning round. You know, if you're not looking at it, Johnny, you want a bonus point? Can you name one of the composers that worked on Toe Ball?
Yoko Shimomura.
That's right. Yoko Shimomura did
He pronounced it right too.
He did.
Can we give Johnny a point because of that?
Johnny, just tell everybody what time the podcast starts. David, do you know another composer that maybe contributed to Toe Ball #1? Big name at Square in the 90s?
Sakaguchi?
No. I was going for Yasunori Mitsuda. You know, Mitsuda was having a good few years. But yeah, the 8 composers that worked on the game: Mitsuda, Yasuhiro Kawakami, Ryuji Sasai, Masashi Hamauzu, Junya Nakano, Kinji Ito, Noriko Matsueda, and Yoko Shimomura. Yeah, that's a pretty good squad. If they had just gotten Uematsu in there, man, you would have fucking had a fucking game album for the ages.
It would have been unstoppable.
Man, I'm digging these tunes. I can't wait to listen to some more. But Jesse, anything else on Toe Ball #1 or Toe Ball #2 or the forthcoming?
We'll get to #2. I'm sure we'll punch something again.
Yeah, it's bound to come out or come up.
Oh, you got a #2 coming up.
Yeah. Whatever, man. I'm not making as many shit jokes as you think I am. Sometimes I'm just misspeaking.
Game 3.
right. So, according to howlongtobeat.com, the main story of this game can be beaten in about 2.5 hours. However, the completionist run, in which you unlock everything in the game, takes 259 hours.
Well, it's over now. I'll be there in a second. Hold on, I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me? Okay, let me refresh.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, now I can hear you guys.
Do you
Okay,
think
good.
this is related to the Hadron Collider?
Everything
Probably.
is.
While we're waiting for everybody to write down their answers, I do want to give a thanks to our requester. This request came to us via Discord. Shout out to Rainus. So let's see some answers. God damn it, Johnny. Jesse says Super Dead or Alive. Sadly incorrect. Johnny says 259 in a row. See Clerks 3 this fall. Ads in theater, only in theaters. And
can't
John Harrington says The Terrible Trivium. Sadly incorrect. This is Fight and Rage. So I personally have not played this game yet, but this game has been sitting comfortably on my wish list for a very long time. This game is just kind of like a love letter throwback to old beat 'em ups, but not as like difficult and frustrating as some of the old beat 'em ups can be. It's got 3 different characters, a young lady, a guy who's kind of sort of based on Chuck Norris, and then a Minotaur who is wearing Hagar's pants.
Whoa, now. Okay, hold on. You have my attention. You know, I like the ladies and the Chuck Norris of it all, but I'm sorry, Minotaur Hagar.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
Like he's real small.
So, like, they had to take those pants to get altered, right? Like, there's no way they fit into actual Hagar's pants, because for one thing, it has 2 more legs.
No, that's a
no,
centaur.
you're thinking of a centaur.
Oh, shit. You're right. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, Minotaur could realistically just kill Hagar and squeeze into his pants. He's inside the labyrinth. You know, the bull monster.
Yeah, no, I remember now.
No, I know, definitely know what that is now. That you say it.
Yeah, his name is Ricardo, and if I recall correctly, he's like a former pro wrestler who is a mutant and becomes a minotaur, and then goes around beating up other mutants on the streets.
Oh, so he's Taurus.
Yeah,
from
kind of.
AAA.
I mean, I kind of like, I like they're just copying Final Fight. But this guy didn't get elected mayor because he's a freak. Yeah, totally different characters.
The game takes place in like a post-apocalyptic world where there are just various mutants going around. So you got a little bit of the classic Ninja Turtles beat 'em ups. You got a little bit of Final Fight thrown in there. Like I said, it's just one reference after another. The main female character, her name is Gal, kind of like Guy in Final Fight.
Okay.
I like that.
Clever.
And yeah, it's a very silly game, but it's got really nice sprite animation. It's got a hell of an awesome soundtrack. And yeah, like I said, it's just a love letter to classic beat 'em ups. There are multiple unlockables in the game. You can get different costumes for your characters. You can unlock different characters, but it's in a special like one-on-one fighting mode. So you can basically play as the enemies, but it's not as fun because the enemies don't have like the special moves and the super moves and all that. They just have like the generic enemy moves. And there are multiple endings in this game. Apparently there's about 50 endings that you can find, and it all comes because the levels have branching paths that you go through. Like there's a section where you get to an area and there's a boss and he's holding somebody hostage. And if you approach and try to attack him, he kills the hostage. But if you pick up an item like a sword or a pipe or whatever and carry it with you through that part of the level, when you get to the boss, you can throw it, knock him out for a second, save the hostage, and then it splits and goes to a different level after.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's why it takes 249 hours to get everything in this game.
I was going to say, do you think anybody has done that besides like the developers? That just, I like that they've got all the options in there, but I mean, about how many runs through this game do you think it takes to be satisfied, David?
Well, and what I think is hilarious is, I don't know if anybody's ever been to howlongtobeat.com. They survey people and like see how long it took them, calculate it all based on that. For the main story, they pulled 33 people. For the main story plus extras, they pulled 9. And for completionists, there was 1 person who did it.
Aha. That explains it. There it is. One sick freak out there that just couldn't get enough.
Or they're just not very good and it just took them way too long.
That could be it too.
This could be a challenge to see if you can beat that guy and lower the average.
Yeah, suddenly I'm thinking, speed run leaderboards, next year, me, GDQ, if I can bring this thing in under 250 hours, if I can 100% this game in 250 hours or less, then I'm really in business. Only takes up like 10 days of their programming.
It's only 7 days long.
I was going to say, game's done quick. Okay, well, I've got something that lasts over a week and a half.
Yeah. I'm
I'll start early.
Yeah. I'm going to need just be picture in picture with the rest of your show, please. Yeah. Trust me. People are going to love Gal. Yeah. Look at those titties. They just keep on bouncing.
I need to sleep.
50 hours of this.
I need to sleep.
Oh,
sorry,
man.
you've only played for 2 hours.
Yeah. Already beat the game 3 times. Is that enough? No.
You've got 47 more to go. God damn it.
In a
Oh,
row.
Yeah, unbroken. Don't try to pull any shit where you record your best times and stitch them together. And definitely if you do that, don't admit it to everybody.
Topical.
But yeah, man, what a fun looking game, man. I like it. Just a retro throwback beat 'em up, but designed in the last 5 years or so. So like you said, not punishingly hard. Like it can be arcade hard, but it doesn't involve quarters or game overs. Like good, very good.
Yeah, I feel like this game, at least for me, kind of got lost in the shuffle. Because you had stuff like Castle Crashers, the Scott Pilgrim game, the new Shredder's Revenge, like all these great beat 'em ups coming out and everything. And then here's this brand new original title that's just a love letter. It's like, oh yeah, that looks good too. Okay. And I kind of just slipped it by.
I was gonna say you're talking about for Switch. It's like, David, those games you just mentioned came out a long time ago, and now you're also lumping in Shredder's Revenge. Oh, you're talking about beat 'em ups currently available on the Switch, of which there are many. Yes. Man, I feel like we should support this because,
like I said, it's on my wish list, and I will buy it one day.
And maybe if enough of us support this, we get 2 Fight 2 Rage, or some similarly stupidly numbered sequel. I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to think what So real quick, David. Based on your experience with sequels, who's the new character that shows up in the next Fight and Rage?
I feel like based on the popularity of characters in Fight and Rage, I feel like it has to be some kind of sexy maid who is also part animal.
Yes.
Like
That's
a
something
sexy
I've seen.
squirrel maid or something.
I'd like to see a centaur in Hagar's pants.
Yeah, Centaur with 2 pairs of Hagar pants, please. Yeah. Centaur dressed as Blaze Fielding.
You know what? I'd be into that too.
Yeah, actually, David, get drawing. I'm looking for that Blaze
New
Fielding
project.
Centaur right now.
Especially if that centaur could do Blaze Fielding's like backflip axe kick with all 4 of its legs.
Oh,
yeah.
you know it.
Mm-hmm. David, let's call these guys and see if we could buy their license off of them. I think we got some good ideas here for 2 Fight 2 Rage. So, man, great request. David, thank the requester again.
Again, that request came to us from Rainus, who placed it on Discord.
Yes, thank you, Rainus. Excellent request. Excellent tunes. Excellent game. And let's keep going, Johnny.
Game 4.
Whoops. Alright guys, so this game received mostly negative reviews. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it a 5.875 out of 10, criticizing the choppy animation, limited number of moves, and the incredibly poor controls, which they said made executing special moves, quote, too much work to be any fun. All right, who's got some answers?
Oh boy, do I!
So, David says Super Ghouls and Punches, which is incorrect. Jesse says Primal Rage DS, which is incorrect. And John has pretty close enough to the correct answer. I'll call it a correct answer of Justice League. This is Justice League Task Force.
Oh, fuck this game.
Yeah,
This is
agreed.
the Genesis fighter.
It's I played the music from the Super Nintendo one because I couldn't find a rip of the Genesis, but it came out on both.
You sure did play the SNES music. That's why I know it, because I'll just go ahead and get it out there. You know, I listen to some SNES music from time to time. I've got pretty much every SNES game downloaded to listen to. This was developed by Blizzard, and it's a Glenn Stafford joint for the SNES. So yeah, same composer as StarCraft on Justice League Task Force. So
That I did not know.
that's why I was like, oh, you know, sometimes I sort by composer and just go to town, and it's like, huh, old Glenn did the Justice League SNES fighting game. Okay, let's check it out.
Yeah,
Let's
it's,
not say we did.
No, that's the thing. It's not all that awesome. The music's not great, but it's still just like fun trivia that this is fucking, you know, from the same StarCraft guy. No, but this game appears, from what I know of it, to suck a butt.
it's pretty bad. So for one thing, I feel like the title and the art and so on do not lead on that it's a fighting game at all. I could easily see somebody writing this, getting home and finding out that it's not like a fun beat 'em up instead of shitty fighting game.
Yeah.
And being hugely disappointed. And yeah, apparently every character has like 2 special moves, and they are virtually impossible to actually pull off. And they're all just like quarter circle punch, or like charge punch. That's it. Like it's very simple special moves. They all move at about all the characters move at about the same speed, like jump at about the same height. Like nobody's that truly different from each other, you know, which is kind of weird. I don't think that Batman and the Flash should move at about the same speed. At least certainly not Aquaman and Flash. Aquaman being out of water, you know.
Does Batman get time to prepare?
I don't know.
I mean, that's
the
probably like
That's
how
the
he
way.
is standing up against Superman and whatnot.
Yeah, and so as you fight everybody, it turns out that you are in fact not fighting the other heroes. You're fighting android replicants of the other heroes.
Oh,
What
That's why they're so slow.
yeah.
I mean,
That
it's
explains so much.
Brainiac's at it again.
And then at the end you battle Cheetah and Despero and Darkseid. Or Darkseid? How do you
God,
You were so close, Johnny. Follow your heart.
Why do they spell it SEID? Like it makes no sense to me.
Because
Because he's evil.
he is
And
the
in-
embodiment of all evil and destruction in the universe, which is why his name is Darkseid.
Yeah, it's why
And-
he's black
and-
cum.
And in Teen Titans Go, he's voiced by Weird Al.
That's interesting.
It's pretty good. It starts off and he's all like, "Oh, Titans, you've showed up. Does anybody have a breath or a cough drop?" And I think I forget who gives him a cough drop, and then he puts it in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, hey!" And it's Weird Al. And it's
Oh,
like,
that's fucking great.
all right,
That's
Titans, I'm
amazing.
going to kill you. I've got Superman. You know, it's really cool. He's funny. I will say this game has cool sprites, but that's about it.
I mean, yeah, cool SNES like era sprites of the Justice League are cool.
Mullet Superman, that's pretty badass. You know.
Whoa, it's got mullet Superman.
Yeah, Mullet
I
Superman.
mean, it was made in what, 94, 95?
Something like 94, 95,
Yeah,
yeah.
it came out
Yeah,
in
so-
95.
Yeah,
So
that is
Dead and returned. It was mullet Superman.
prime mullet Superman era.
Damn.
like
yeah,
this game has
That bumps it up
all
into
the pieces.
7.5.
But-
I wouldn't say it has all the pieces.
Well, I mean, you know, it has all the pieces. They're just not put together correctly. You know.
Has all his pieces in the same way that Zack Snyder had all the pieces. like
Put
you can't put it all together correctly. like,
them in a bucket and dumped them out.
yeah, just because you have the rights to this stuff doesn't mean you know what any of it is like good for. Man, yeah. I never played this. Obviously, I wasn't really a DC guy back in the day, nor did I know that this game existed. But it definitely feels like kind of game I would have rented and been severely disappointed by. Just because, yeah, like Johnny said, I would have thought it would have been like a beat 'em up, a fucking a Maximum Carnage type situation, just another comic based beat 'em up. Beat 'em ups make so much more sense, especially for Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, if I run a Justice League game, at no point am I thinking there's going to be infighting between the Justice League. That's
Like,
not what I'm
that's-
looking to do.
Like that's the thing. That's a cool story arc every now and then. But like half of these games are all just that story arc. What if they all fought? Yeah, it's cool once in a while. That's what makes it special because it doesn't happen all the time. But when it happens all the time, it's like, why do they have villains then if they're just going to fight each other?
Right.
There's a lot about this game that confuses me, but one thing that I don't understand is the progression of villains, because you fight Cheetah and then Despero and Darkseid. Like, that's a huge leap. It's like, oh, I just beat up a bank robber. Now a god. Like, wait, no, there should be someone in the middle there.
Yeah. What's Black Manta doing?
Right. Or, where's Lobo?
Lobo, yeah.
It's the fucking 90s. Where's Lobo?
Metallo busy? I mean, come on, guys.
Where's Bizarro?
He's the best.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
I would really like it if there were more, if you could play as the Justice League and the villains to make like that as the fighting
Ooh.
game
And so,
instead of just 6 Justice League characters.
yeah, Johnny, it's a fighting game in which you can control the 6 Justice League characters and you fight android reploids of the fucking Justice League. But then you fight bad guy bosses, but the bad guys aren't playable at any point.
No, they are not.
Oh,
Fucked. Like there has to at least be a code. I mean, I'm sure maybe there's a Game Genie code or something out there that lets you play as them, but like there has to be the ability to eventually play as Darkseid. Or
Oh man, that'd be so
like,
cool.
what are we even doing here?
I'm looking up now on GameFAQs to see if there's anything that we're missing here. Nope. There's a options menu and a sound test. Those are the only cheats.
That's crazy, man. That's fucking wrong. I mean, like I know, like like the Mortal Kombat games, the dream was always to play as like Goro or fucking Motaro, and sometimes that was a little impossible because those characters are programmed horribly and meant to just be bosses. But like, what's stopping you from playing as Cheetah? Like, besides them not wanting to make it happen. Like,
well, and I'm also like, I'm very disappointed in the roster because you can't play as the villains, and also there's 6 characters. The Justice League, since they first formed, has been 7 characters.
Okay, so
like,
wait, hold on. Is it Martian Manhunter that's missing?
Hold on. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Like, I mean, it hasn't always been the same 7 characters, but traditionally the Justice League has always been 7 people, and here's 6 of them, and one of them is Green Arrow. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, wait, Green Arrow, not Green Lantern?
Yeah, Green Lantern's not in this game. It's Green Arrow instead.
It says they were planning on having Martian Manhunter and Fire, but they got cut.
Well, Fire doesn't really feel like an worthwhile thing to include. Just like based on that ever so clever name, I'm assuming that's just a character made of fire.
She's like a Brazilian model who can she's basically the Human Torch, but sexy and green.
Okay, no, that's a worthwhile inclusion. That should be in the game. Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah.
Man, yeah, I would have been renting this all the time in 1995 if there was a hot Brazilian chick who's literally on fire. Wow.
all my check boxes.
Yeah, 9-year-old me. Just
9-year-old.
Man, because it was 95. We were coming off the hotness of the first World Cup there in America. We had Brazil fever here in America, and so you bring in fucking the smoking hot flaming Brazilian model chick. Oh man, just throw on my Ronaldo jersey and just get to it.
Just turn on the game. Ole, ole, ole.
Yes, here we go. Cup of life. Man, yeah, no, this game feels like so many missed opportunities, and so very shitty. Man,
yeah, this game sucks.
Yeah, it's too bad because I know it sucks too, David. Because I know that like you don't like Injustice, so I'm wondering, have they ever or will they ever make a worthwhile game where you can play as and fight as people from the Justice League?
Probably not. I don't trust Warner Brothers. And it's so because they have
no faith in anybody, but can't finish that sentence.
They have the perfect way to do it because like you want to have heroes and villains fighting. Like, well, why are they teaming up? Why is Batman and Lex Luthor like fighting together or whatever? How is Superman like fighting the Joker and not instantly kill him and all that? The story of the game is you've got Mr. Mxyzptlk who loves to fuck with heroes, and he's like, hey, you know what? I want all you guys to fight each other, and now you're on equal footing. Let's watch. Boom. Done.
Wasn't that the plot of the Pokemon movie?
No, you're thinking of Mewtwo.
So I'm looking at the GameFAQs for the Genesis version, and you can play as Cheetah, Despero, and Darkseid.
Oh shit!
Yep.
I'm looking up the Super NES one.
Yeah, but then you have to play it on the Genesis. So
the Genesis literally did what the Nintendo didn't.
It looks like it.
Outrageous. No. That was only
yes
thing. They didn't really do that. No way.
Awesome.
Well,
because like it gives you like moves lists and stuff, but yeah, it says right here you can choose any there's a like a versus mode. And you can play as all characters are usable, levels are selectable, and you can change each player's power level.
That's a description of a fighting game, yes.
Yeah, which is this, you know.
Yes.
But then it also has the move list for Cheetah, Despero, and Darkseid.
Son of a bitch. What about Dark Seed?
No, he's not in this yet.
Johnny, did you
Doug.
not watch Justice League?
Wait, maybe
Back,
you can.
back, down, down, forward, punch.
So I'm looking up the moves list for the Super Nintendo one, and I see those characters here too. So maybe you can play them versus Super Nintendo. I was so
Okay.
focused on the story mode. I didn't
Yeah,
look
it
into
would
the
it wouldn't make
versus.
sense to play as Darkseid in the story mode to then have to fight Darkseid. Like that would just
I mean, it'd be pretty rad if you had to play as Darkseid and you killed the whole Justice League and then you had to fight an android of yourself. It's very
Yeah.
Sixth Day.
Yeah, oh, I love it.
Yeah. I'm the real Darkseid. No, I am. I don't know. Let's just fight to the death and roll credits on this fucking thing. What are we doing here, guys? Yeah. What the fuck? Man, Johnny, what a pick. Very unexpected from you. I love Johnny bringing a comic-based game to the show. What
That's
a
because
nerd.
I'm not going to touch this game with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, it feels like you're targeting David with this.
Johnny does, but Dave don't.
Oh man, God, what a pick! What a shitty, wonderful pick. I feel like I say that about so many pieces of DC media.
more like Ass Force.
Damn,
Hot take.
David, get drawing, baby.
Game 5.
All right, guys. So, fun fact about this game. Actually, less than half of the playable characters in this game are capable of throwing a punch. All right, guys. Hat trick incoming, I assume.
You said they don't throw punches, or they're incapable of throwing a punch?
Half of the characters in this game cannot punch. Or more than half of the characters in this game cannot punch. Johnny drew a chode, baby. That's terrible. Jesse says King of Fighters 87. Sadly incorrect. David has the correct answer. It is at long last on Game That Tune, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Son of a bitch. I can't believe you haven't used this
yet.
I have listened to that Guile and Mega Man X remix so many times.
I was struggling to think of any way that I could possibly be tricky with the Smash Brothers Ultimate soundtrack, and I settled on maybe I can at first curveball it to make it seem like it might be Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite before having to bring it home with something that is obviously from Smash Brothers. But yeah, no, we have not used Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, guys. Almost by, I don't know, I feel like I had a code for a while here. It's like, listen, there's 1,100 goddamn songs in this game. I can't just pick 3. Like, yeah, we simply can't use the game for the show and have it be properly represented. Like, why'd they make the soundtrack this big? David, you're friends with Sakurai. What's the problem?
We go way back.
Yeah. He calls you his Sora.
See, this is. I was talking to Sax. That's what I call him. So I was talking to Sax. I was like, a lot of people are excited for the new Smash Brothers game. Like, how are you going to build this up? How are you going to do it? And he's like, yeah, I think I figured out a title for it. This is going to be Super Smash Brothers. Fuck it. It's like, oh, you want characters? Fuck it. Have all of them. Oh, you want songs? Fuck it. 1,100 songs. Oh, you want stages? Fuck it. 300 stages.
Everything. Almost everything. No, we can't call it Super Smash Brothers everything because I'm not giving them everything.
Gino? No.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Back. No, not yet. Okay. Son of a gun.
You got to feel bad for that man because like he and his team spent so much time like putting everything into this game, developing all of it, fine-tuning, polishing, bringing every single character back, licensing nightmares, and people are like, well, you don't have my favorite stage. Like,
Listen, I'm not down on him for anything. Certainly, I'm not critical of the man because, I mean, good God, what an insane undertaking. But when it first came out, that it was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and everyone is here, I'm like, okay, well, all the characters are back. So presumably the vast majority of the stages will come back. And I was thinking, I thought the Poke Floats were coming back, and they just didn't. And then I remember really that in the Melee days, I fucking hated playing on the Poke Floats, but I wanted to see it back because it's a crazy level. You're fighting on top of big Pokemon balloons. But, you can't have everything, and that's fine because you don't need everything. Jesus Christ, this game is too much.
If I have one minor little nitpick, which I kind of want to go get my Switch and just double check how much time, because I know I've spent like over 400 hours in this game. Like
a few hundred, yes.
I've played a lot. If I have one minor nitpick, I wish there were more new stages.
Yeah.
Because like they introduced like, we're doing King K. Rules. Like, oh, awesome. What Donkey Kong Country stage is there? Oh, nothing. Like,
right.
They added Incineroar, and I was really hoping for a Pokemon Sun and Moon stage because that game's got a lot of cool locations. Like the Pokemon League is on top of a mountain. That would have been awesome, but no Pokemon stage, no new Pokemon stage.
No, and I mean, that's the thing. I would never use the words "let down" to describe how I feel by Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because the game is immense and it doesn't really need much else. But yeah, like. Just the they didn't bring back everything, and they didn't add like I was looking through the music, and it's like some of these games, some of these characters, they didn't even get a new music track in this one. It's kind of like, oh well, but like there's just so much that is there that it's not really worth complaining about. And I like that every DLC character came with a DLC stage. So like there were some new stages, but initially when you first bought Smash Bros. Ultimate, before the fighters started coming out, it's like, yeah, there's not there's a ton of stages to choose from, but like there's not new stages because that Moray Towers stage sucks ass.
I like it. I think it's fun.
I like the Guardian Tower, the whatever the tower in Breath of the Wild. I love the Castlevania stage.
I was gonna say Dracula's Castle is like one of my favorite Smash stages of all time.
Yeah, and fucking rad because it also then they have Dracula as a boss in the classic mode. I mean, like, yes, okay, fantastic. But it's just like, okay, well, if this is the stuff that made it, where's the stuff that didn't make it? Just throw it in half baked. I don't give a fuck, baby. Give me everything. I'll take whatever you got. I'm like fucking Al Pacino and Heat, baby. Give me all you got. But yeah, I would take as much Smash Ultimate shit as they would throw at me. That is to say, I didn't even buy the Fighters Pass because really like half the DLC characters they announced, I'm like, I can skip it. Sora, I love Sora. I've got a Kingdom Hearts tattoo. I'm not downloading that.
Sora's fun though.
That's the thing. I've had fun beating him up. He does not strike me as the kind of character I want to play as. Like, a floaty combo heavy like flight character. No, I don't like that at all. I'm gonna stand here as Ganondorf, and if Sora presumes to come near me, I'm gonna kill him. That's my Smash style, baby. Don't you come anywhere near me.
I was pleasantly surprised because I did get the 2 fighter passes because I wanted those new stages. And there were characters that I didn't give a shit about that I ended up really liking. Like Pyra and Mithra are actually super fun to play as.
They strike me as that. But yeah, I didn't play those games. So I
mean, neither did I, but.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing. I'm like, well, that doesn't blow my hair back. I didn't get Byleth, even though I do, from playing against Byleth, I'm like, oh, I kind of like that character. Like, they've got some fun stuff. But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie, fantastic.
Oh, I love him.
Sephiroth, a blast.
Kazuya,
thank you. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't even get a hero, but yes, Kazuya. My word, what an interesting character to play as. Like, want to talk about trying to rewire my brain, like trying to adapt the Tekken style into Super Smash Bros. I'm like, what are you doing, man? What are you trying to make me do here?
Terry Bogard.
Yeah. You know, I love Terry. Didn't download him.
You should. Terry's great.
I know.
He's awesome.
He's great. He's very, very cool. He wears the hell out of that hat, and he ties his ponytail in a weird place.
Okay.
Jesse, you got a ponytail, man. You ever tried doing the Terry or Tifa tie on your ponytail?
Where is it, like lower down?
Yeah, it's like all the way down. Like, you know, Terry's hair hangs basically to his ass, and he ties his ponytail like right above it.
I've tried it and it looks real weird.
Yeah,
like,
it does. It works for anime characters, but it doesn't so much work for real life.
Yeah. I'm not anime enough.
It's a nice thought. But yeah, I mean, the game's just fucking. It's a blast. It's just so much Smash Brothers. The other small nitpick that I have, and again, my nitpicks are not many. I didn't love the single player. Love the classic mode. I love all the themed classic modes. Every character's got a themed classic mode where you fight themed enemies. That's awesome.
I was going to say, I love the classic mode in this
They
game.
put a lot of thought and love into that. I don't love the World of Light. That's it. I just, it was a little samey after a while. And then you get through it and you think you're done with it. And it turns out you're like halfway done with it. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. No, just too many spirit battles. But for the people that love collecting things and being completionists, I can imagine it's some kind of Smash Brothers fucking wet dream for them. I didn't love the World of Light, but I love so many things about this game. It's a fantastic game. I've spent a lot of time playing it. Do love me some Smash.
I thought World of Light was really fun for the first 10 hours.
Right.
And then it kept on going.
This kind of continues then. And it just, it combined with the disappointment I had with Smash 4, where there was no story mode whatsoever. I'm like, man, really wish we could get back to something like the Subspace Emissary, which compared to the World of Light just felt easy breezy, quick. And, you got all the scenario battles you wanted, and, you had a blast. And then there were some cool cutscenes. And I'm like, why couldn't World of Light have been that? Even if they, just have some nice cutscenes where characters that you don't expect to interact with each other, and it ties together some of these scenario battles. Just something a little bit more than what it was would have been nice. But man, just a lot of spirit battles, lot of spirit battles. Jesus Christ! But it's a great game. It's a ton of fun, and I loved. Finally deciding to break my code of not using it all these years and use it on the show. Because, the game's immense. And as your absurd champion, heading into August Absurdity, I feel like it's my, last chance to really make some big swings on the show. So I'm declaring it. Smash Brothers is always eligible for the show. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate can always be brought to Game That Tune as a bonus game. You know why? Because there's 1,100 goddamn songs, and I only played 3 of them tonight. So if you feel like bringing some more Smash Brothers to the show, bring it anytime, baby. Especially if you think you could trick us into thinking this is something else. But, man, love that Smash. Love these tunes. And it will be the light that guides us into the next 300 episodes of Game That Tune. Just a massive, massive fucking game with just so much going on. And speaking to my trivia, Johnny, get ready, because we've got another lightning round.
Lightning round!
Hey guys, it's Smash Brothers Ultimate. And like I said, only less than half of the characters in this game are capable of throwing a punch, of using a move that is a punch. And
I just want to clarify, do you mean they don't punch in this game, or cannot punch at all? Because Sephiroth doesn't punch, but he can throw a punch.
I think
David, did you play Final Fantasy VII? Does Sephiroth punch somebody in that fucking game?
I mean,
these characters have hands.
he's a human being, so he's capable of throwing a punch.
Obviously, I'm talking about in Smash Bros.
Okay, that I just wanted to make sure.
Can you
Because
play
there
a
are
s-
characters like
Put David's name now next to Sephiroth because he's fucking, okay. So David, in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, does Sephiroth use a punch?
no.
That's correct.
My man.
Great job, David. All right, and see, I was thinking, do we do this single elimination style and just go through the
Yes.
whole roster, or do we go through the whole roster and just go through whether or not every character in this game can punch? Jesse seems to think single elimination style. So David already went; he chose Sephiroth. So we're going to start back at the top of the roster with Johnny. Johnny, character number 1, Mario. Can Mario throw a punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's correct. He can.
My man.
Jesse, can Donkey Kong throw a punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Right.
My man.
David, can Link throw a punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's correct.
My man.
Johnny, can Samus punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's correct.
Whew. I'm going to haul off on the sounds. It's going to be a long.
No,
one.
you should keep them going, man. I love
Okay.
it.
My man.
Are we including Echo Fighters?
Oh, we're including Echo Fighters. Jesse, can Dark Samus punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's correct.
My man.
David, can Yoshi punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Actually, I'm going to say no.
That's correct.
My man.
He does tongue punch.
Hey, right in that fart box.
In the fart box.
All right. After David comes Johnny. Johnny, can Kirby punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's correct.
My man.
Jesse, can Fox punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
David, can Pikachu punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Johnny, can Luigi punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse, can Ness throw a punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Jesse's out.
Oh, a little bit of the
Bitch.
Ouch. David, this is the tough one.
This is the hardest one.
Can Captain Falcon throw a punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
My man.
Oh, wait.
Wait, he didn't answer. Oh, no.
Yes. Yes, he can.
That's right. Johnny, can Jigglypuff throw a punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
You know what? Fuck the single elimination format. Jesse's back in. Jesse, can Peach punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
David, can Daisy punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
That's right. It's a slap. No.
That's right.
My man.
They do be slapping. Johnny, can Bowser punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Yes.
My man.
His final smash shot. he fists the whole screen.
Well, and also, I think his jab is like a claw swipe, and then he just punches forward.
It is also that too, but
Ah.
he has arguably the biggest fist in the game besides the final boss. Jesse, can the Ice Climbers punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's correct.
My man.
David, can Sheik punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I'm going to say no, because I think they're like chops.
That's right. A lot of chopping, a lot of knife strikes, but no punches.
My man.
Johnny, does Zelda punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I'm going to say no.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse, does Dr. Mario punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
David, does Pichu punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I wish, but no.
Would love to see those arms stretch out, but no, they simply don't.
My man.
Johnny, does Falco punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Incorrect, Johnny.
Oh,
Falco,
a little bit of the bitch.
yeah. Falco never closes that wing. All his things are chops and like knife hand strikes. Yeah. I mean, he like helicopters himself. There are no punches. Sorry, man. Jesse, does Marth punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
David, does Lucina punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Johnny, does Young Link punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh no. All right. After Johnny comes Jesse. Does Ganondorf punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he does, baby.
My man.
David, does Mewtwo punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Johnny, does Roy punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse, does Chrom punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate? Whoever that is.
No.
That's right, he does not.
My man.
David, does Mr. Game and Watch punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
No, he does not.
My man.
Pumps you full of air or bug spray or something. Let's see. Johnny, does Meta Knight punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse, does Pit punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
Incorrect.
Oh, what?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's the wrong sound, but I'll take it. David, does Dark Pit punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
My man.
Use their side special to do a serious uppercut move.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. After David comes Johnny. Johnny, does Zero Suit Samus throw a punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
No.
Ah.
Oh, a little bit of the bitch.
There we go. Jesse, does Wario punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Ooh. No.
Yes, he does.
How absurd.
David, does Snake punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Right?
My man.
Yeah. Try to remember the basics. Johnny, does Ike punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
He does.
Ah.
Space.
Jesse, does Squirtle punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
He does.
What?
Space.
He's a water type.
David, does Ivysaur punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Whew, this is a tough one. I'm going to say no.
That's right. He does.
I don't think he has
it's not.
fists.
Yeah.
He
My
does
man.
not. No.
There should be more characters down on all fours. Johnny, does Charizard punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
The answer is yes.
Ah.
Space.
Jesse, does Diddy Kong punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
David, does Lucas punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I'm going to say no.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse.
No, it's Johnny.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, it is Johnny. Yeah, sorry. I got Jesse's initials next to something wrong. Johnny, does Sonic punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
My man.
Jesse, does King DDD punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
David, does Captain Olimar punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I think he does.
He does.
My man.
Thankfully, did not include Alf or the other captains on this. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Johnny, does Lucario punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No?
Yes, he does.
Ah.
He's a fighting type.
All right.
Johnny
Jesse,
doesn't know who Lucario is.
does Rob punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
How do you like? Are those hands? Like, no.
I
They're
mean,
just like weird appendages.
they are hands, and my answer that I came up with was yes. There are many punching attacks, so I'll give you a half point on that one.
My man.
Oh wait, half point.
Game
That's not it.
over.
That's not what I wanted.
Oh, you're gonna get a half point. You're out of here. Fucking David, does Toon Link punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No, he does not.
No, he does not.
My man.
Johnny, we're halfway home. Does Wolf punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
We're only halfway. Yes, Wolf punches.
Yes, that's right. Wolf does punch.
My man.
Jesse, does the Villager punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
My man.
David, does Mega Man punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Now, are we counting? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, no. Yes.
We are not counting that shot.
Yes.
Okay, then tell me when they punch besides shooting the fucking hard knuckle.
The Mega Upper, his up tilt.
You're
Where
right.
he does the Shoryuken.
All right, cool. Yeah.
My man.
I was sweating for a second there on my own notes. Johnny, does the Wii Fit Trainer punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I'm gonna say no.
No, they don't. They fight with yoga poses.
Space.
Oh, wait.
My man.
Jesse, does Rosalina and Luma punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Yes, the Luma punches.
My
Rosalina.
man.
Well played. David, does Little Mac punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Little Mac from Punch Out.
Yeah. Lot
Yes. Yes,
lot
he
of-
does.
of guards. Very defensive character. Johnny, not even playing a sound. Does
Oh,
My man.
I was
Yeah, there
waiting. I was waiting for a pause.
it was Little Mac, John. I'm
It's
sorry.
Little Mac. He's a
Yeah.
boxer.
If you've
He
heard of
only
Punch Out-
punches.
Johnny, does Greninja punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Oh.
Space.
Does the Me Brawler punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
My man.
David, does the Me Sword Fighter punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Johnny, does the Me Gunner punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Oh God, I don't know. No.
They do.
I was going to say, Johnny is like, oh,
Oh damn it! All right.
No.
my God, I don't know. It's a 50-50 choice.
Yeah,
Just pick one.
To that end, Jesse, does Palutena punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
No, they do not.
My man.
David, does Pac-Man punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he very much does.
My man.
Johnny, does Robin punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
Well, since you got one, Johnny. Jesse, does Shulk punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
The answer is yes. David, does Bowser Jr. punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I'm going to say yes, even
Yes.
though technically it's the clown car.
Exactly. Yes.
My man.
Ground car sprouts boxing gloves and hits people. It's a punch.
When does Shulk punch?
A little jab on that opening combo.
Oh,
Johnny, does Duck Hunt punch on Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Uh,
We're getting into the good ones now.
no.
No, you're right.
My man.
Jesse, does Ryu punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Ooh, this.
My man.
Yes.
David, does Ken punch in Smash
My
Bros.?
man.
I'm gonna say yes.
Johnny, does Cloud Strife punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Oh God, no.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse, does Corrin punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
God, I barely know who that person
Yeah,
is.
same. Fuck that
They,
character.
they turn into a dragon, I think.
Uh-huh.
I like
I'm gonna
Corrin.
say no.
They do not punch. You're right.
My man.
David, does Bayonetta punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
She does.
Very much so, yes.
My man.
Johnny, does the Inkling punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
No, they don't.
My man.
Jesse, does Ridley punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
David, does Simon Belmont punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
No.
Friends.
Also, are we sure Inkling doesn't punch?
Pretty sure. I am not open to challenges. Johnny, does Richter Belmont punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
No.
Friends.
Jesse, does King K. Rool punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
Oh, sadly incorrect.
Oh, a little bit of the bitch.
God, he's got the
Dave-
giant boxing glove.
Yeah, exactly. It's big smash attack. David, does Isabel punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
She does not.
No, she does not.
My man.
Johnny, does Incineroar punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
Jesse, does the Piranha Plant punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
No, they don't.
My man.
David, does Joker punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
No, they don't.
My man.
Johnny, does the hero from Dragon Quest punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
No, they don't.
Space.
Jesse, does Banjo and Kazooie punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
My man.
David, does Terry Bogard punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
My man.
Yes, he does.
Johnny, does Byleth punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
Is that a Pokemon?
It is.
I'm gonna say yes.
They don't.
Ah.
How absurd.
Byleth is my favorite Pokemon.
Byleth. Jesse, does Min Min punch in Smash Ultimate?
Yes.
That's right.
My man.
David, does Steve punch in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
No.
How absurd.
If you break your tools, you punch.
When does that happen?
If you break your tools. If you use your tools too much and you break them, you start punching.
I'm pretty tired of this. These corrections here. Fine, David. Congratulations. You got a point on that one.
My man.
All right. Fuck. Johnny, does Pyra punch in Smash Ultimate?
Yes.
No.
How absurd.
Jesse, does Mithra punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Who?
The other version of Pyra.
Oh. Yes.
No.
My man.
Oh wait.
Oh, a little bit of the bitch.
Yeah, that's right. David, does Kazuya punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
Yes.
Right?
My man.
Johnny, you've got the last one. Does Sora punch in Smash Bros. Ultimate?
No.
That's right.
My man.
My God. What a score, guys. Johnny got 18 right.
Oh.
Jesse, 21 right. And David, 29 correct.
Nice job.
Yeah, good job, guys. So
I
David
coulda
gets a single bonus point for that.
I could have sworn that Simon
Computer.
started off with a punch.
Calculating computer activated. Computers, beeps,
Oh, sorry, I was checking up on the chat. What was that?
boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Harrington.
Yeah, it's goddamn right. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I
Don't-
think Hmm?
Don't we normally do the final word before the computer?
Oh,
Did we
right.
get the final word tonight?
We did get a voicemail in.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because sometimes it alters the vote.
damn, you're right. We should have done it. This might not be official. Johnny, let's go to the voicemail to settle this thing in Smash.
This is Ray. So I'm trying to work up a pitch for the GTT Universe video game, at least the first one. So in conjunction with tonight's theme, would the first game be a beat 'em up, a fighting game, or a chibi puzzle fighter that includes punching? And as we develop this, what would be unique about each of your individual character sprites? And most importantly, what would be your signature move? Thanks for the great podcast. Look forward to listening to you guys next week.
Yeah, we're going to answer all that after the credits. Man, so many questions after a completely out of control Smash Bros. Lightning round. Unless you guys want to answer it right now.
It was like a 20-minute lightning round.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Yeah.
lightning fast, David. We speed ran through the fucking Smash roster. Do you guys want to answer Ray's questions right now, or save it for?
Let's think about it and do it after the credits.
Let's think about it after I give you guys a theme to also think about and close the show. Guys, what a fucking awesome performance this was by me. Finally cracking into the Smash Bros of it all, subjecting you guys to that Chinese water torture-esque lightning round. Really just a fantastic all-around performance by me. And the lightning round, it went by so fast that you barely even got to enjoy it. And so that's the theme for next week, guys. I want fast games. I want games, they're fast. Either games in which you go fast, games that you can play fast. I think that's pretty much the two things I want. Games in which you either go fast or games that you can beat really fast. Fast. Fast is the theme for next week's episode. And I don't mean games in which you don't eat while the sun is up. Don't even ask.
Damn it.
Okay, don't even ask David. Sorry. It's not Ramadan. It's just going to be a fast episode of Game That Tune next week to make up for how fast this episode went. I'm going to increase everybody's speed in the post-production to 20-30%. And really speed through next week's episode. It's going to be great. We're going to need to work on our micro machine voice for the show. It'll be good. I think it's a good thing. I think it's great. And with that spirit in mind, we should speed through these fucking outros. Guys, what a show it's been. What a punchy show it was until I brought Smash Bros to the show. Thank you everybody for watching with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. We love you guys watching live with us. Thank you to everybody listening in podcast forums. Our podcasts are at GameThatTune.com or anywhere you get your podcasts. They're on Tuesday mornings in your podcast devices. And we love you guys listening there, subscribing, and all that crap. Thank you to everybody checking out Patreon. Patreon.com/GameThatTune is the home for awesome exclusives. We've got mixtapes. We've got GTT gems. We've got movie commentaries. We've got all kinds of fun stuff going on over there at Patreon. And you help us keep the lights on at our 24/7 video game music live stream at radio.gamethattune.com. GTT.rocks, the home of 24/7 video game music on the internet, now and forever and ever. Amen. Want to thank our Patreon absurd fans. Man, what an absurd group of fans we've got. Talking about Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Taylor Y, Sam L, Mork, Tasty, Grimmery, Phoenix Tier 2121, Unsaddled Zebra, Akadar, The Kerrigan, and Rav Sieg. Just a fantastic group of Patreon absurd fans that we've got at patreon.com/GameThatTune. Go there, add your name to the list, throw us a little bit of money. We throw you a ton of entertainment, a lot of bang for your buck.
Are we sure that's not pronounced Rav Saig?
I'm not worried about it. Until they come along and correct me, I'm going to pronounce it how I want.
They could very easily call us
Yes.
and leave a voicemail.
Huh?
And tell us how they would
leave
like
a
us to pronounce it.
voicemail and tell us how to pronounce your name. I know the words that it is a portmanteau of. I'm confident in my pronunciation of it. But fine, Johnny, call me out if you want. Let's see. When Rav calls into the show, man, your face is going to be red. Man, and let's see. Request this week came to us via Discord. David took the request. It was from
Rainus, who made the request in Discord.
Rainus in Discord. Fantastic request. You should also check out GameThatTune.club. That's the best place to make your request right now. It gets request priority that David chose to ignore this week because too many people chose Dragon Ball games, I assume, or something. No, it's okay, David. I'm not giving you any grief.
I was going to say, priority isn't a guarantee.
Exactly. Man, God, can you imagine if we guaranteed anything on this show? Whew. Would have been a much different show years ago. But yeah, GameThatTune.club or Discord is the place to make your requests, or you can hit us up, GameThatTune@gmail.com. With your requests. We love getting requests from you guys, so keep sending them. We'll take them. We'll use them. We love the suggestions. And that's going to do it for the show. You can find us, in our, like I said, in our social media, GameThatTune.club. Find us in Discord. Hit us up and interact with us. And I'm taking us home because it's been, man, what a hell of a night. Just a zippy, lightning fast show with, lightning fast music. And next week's show is going to be even faster. So, of course, we're closing out with some tunes from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Arguably my favorite song from the immense Super Smash Bros. Ultimate soundtrack. The fastest song in the entire soundtrack. I'm talking about the F-Zero medley from composer Takanobu Mitsuyoshi. Just, one of the best songs ever made, plain and simple. And we love you guys. Peace out, everybody.
F-Zero!
Super Gym Fighter Mini Mix is copyright 1998 Capcom Company Limited. Tobal #1 is copyright 1996 Squaresoft. Fight in Rage is copyright 2019 Blitworks. Justice League Task Force is copyright 1995 Blizzard Entertainment and Acclaim Entertainment. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is copyright 2018 Sora Limited and Nintendo Company Limited.
All right, we're still live. Ray had the question, the video game question we were going to do after the credits. I already forgot most of what it was, so to be honest.
Oh, crap. I
Shit.
stopped recording.
Listen, guys, I'm thinking beat 'em up is the logical choice. Like, I don't want to say
Yeah.
fighting game because there's only 4 main characters. And unless we're fighting our users, then, there's just not enough of a roster.
Yeah, I think beat 'em up is definitely the way to go.
Yes, exactly. And my presumption would be that we go between other worlds occupied by various video game music corners of the internet and beat up people there.
I don't know though. I like the idea of it being a beat 'em up, and we're beating up our fans, just like clones and clones, clones of Tay, clones of Grim.
Or no.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
How about what it is like Tommy Tallarico has somehow possessed all the other video game composers,
Yeah.
and we have to like knock their senses back to save them.
Right. It seems
And
like
then Tommy
beating-
Tallarico is the ultimate boss.
It seems like we're beating up these lovely video game music composers, but we're actually beating up Android replicants of them, and then we have to fight
Yeah.
Tommy Tallarico.
Oh, beautiful.
God, the Fallen Bros. At the end,
It's a tough fight,
have to
man.
fight them at the same time.
Yeah. God, they're cheap, man. They use those fucking advanced techniques. Those crappy.
Watch out for the
buttons.
Falcom team.
Yeah, God, that's like the fighting Polygon team. Fucking, there's 100 of them. You don't know what they are, but like, you can pretty much get through them.
And then,
I love the idea of like Yoko Shimomura coming out, and it's like a Mario and Luigi style RPG boss fight in the middle of a beat 'em up game.
God, yeah. If it takes
be
place
cool.
inside Yoko Shimomura, like inside like Bowser's Inside Story, you have to go inside and make Yoko Shimomura do things to defeat herself.
then
I mean,
so the next part of the question was, what would be unique about your sprite? I'd probably be an ape. I feel like I'd be the only ape person on our team.
the only ape man, of course.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
easy.
I would say it'd be unique to wear Hagar's pants, but after tonight's show, I'm not sure that's so unique.
Well,
So-
it just has to be unique, I think, amongst the 4 of us. Like, what makes us unique from the other 4? Besides just
Okay.
being us. Like, each one of us has a distinguishing feature.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, my face gets redder and my hair gets taller as I get angry, and that drives my moves.
the chat already answered for David. David just has a giant bulge.
That's true. Yeah, that's his rage art meter.
See, I wasn't gonna go that route. I was gonna say that would be the easy answer. I was gonna say like I would have the most range out of everyone because instead of like a pole weapon, I would just have a giant pencil that I would use.
I like that. I see, and I also like David maybe having a magic pencil that brings things to life.
Ooh,
Yeah.
or you use the other end of it and erase things as we go.
Oh yeah. What a cheap fucking beat 'em up maneuver to just erase your
That's my combo finisher. Just like hit, spin around, and then erase them to defeat them.
yeah.
So that
Or
just-
you fight them confidently, and then you get to the end where you're about to finish them, and you decide you hate it, and you erase it.
and then,
Oh,
but then we need Jesse's.
I guess like maybe different because I'm assuming we have different costumes and stuff.
Sure.
So I'll just have like different wrestling shirts.
True.
And,
you
maybe,
just
like, a
take
cloud of
move
smoke.
whoever's wrestling shirt. That's
But-
genius.
Yeah, that leads into the signature move. So we covered Davis and Jesse's, I think.
Yeah, Jesse's basically just king from Tekken. He's got everybody's moves.
Um,
Just to give him tribute.
I think my signature move would be hitting people with sounds from my soundboard somehow.
See, yeah, I was thinking that, or you blast them with the saxophone blast, or you swap the letters on their name, and it
Ooh.
confuses them, and they just fall over Michael Jackson's Moonwalker style.
Oh, these are all great.
I love the idea of Johnny's signature like finishing move being the soundboard, and it's like a rhythm game, but you have to purposefully get the rhythm wrong.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then
As far as myself, I have nothing. I don't know, man. I unintentionally offend everybody and they leave.
Moonwalker style.
I'm able to put my foot fully in my mouth and it kills everybody on screen.
It's beautiful. Mwah.
Yeah, or I just get obsessed with something happening over there. Like, in the background of the stage, some innocent idiots are recording a podcast. I'm like, fuck these guys. Who are they? Yeah, guys, we're not even playing the game anymore. I want to obsess over this.
No, see, I thought that like your special move would be, you know how in some beat 'em ups like Rolento or like Rocksteady, like they'll throw a shower of grenades around them. It would be like that, except it's just full glasses of piss.
Yes. Oh, thank you, David. That's better than all the self-deprecating stuff.
Good
I
old
was
piss
just saying.
jug.
Yeah, no, I'm able to charge up a glass of piss faster than anybody.
Wait, you mean in the game or you just mean like in general?
Both. I run to the nearest wall. I fucking crouch for a second. A little glow appears around me, and I've suddenly got like a full fucking half-gallon jug of piss. Oh yeah, yeah. Piss bombs. That's where it's at, man. That's my style, baby. Man, what a good voicemail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that was
discussion.
fun.
glad we stayed on for that.
All right, well, now I'm going to cuzz off.
Yeah, David, get drawn.